Welcome to Education Online program. I'm teacher Regina Massimo, teaching you biology for Senior 3 and Senior 4. Our topic is photosynthesis and respiration cycle. Photosynthesis is the biochemistry or biochemical process by which plant cells convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Let me put it down. Photosynthesis is the biochemical process by which plant cells convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen molecules in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. In the presence of sunlight and the green pigment chlorophyll. Photosynthesis is the biochemical process by which plant cells convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen molecules in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. The carbon dioxide is hunted through the leaves of the plant where the chlorophyll is found. Then the water is gained from the underground through the roots of the plants. So when we look at the carbon dioxide plus water, these are the byproduct of respiration. So that means the byproduct of respiration is used in the photosynthesis to build up or to make what? The glucose, which is the organic compound. So this can be expressed by chemical equations. Carbon dioxide plus water from the ground through the roots will give us the glucose plus oxygen, which is gas. Let us balance the equations, whether it is balanced. 6 here, 6 here. This 12, here is 12. Okay, yeah, 12 versus 18. So this is the chemical equation for the photosynthesis. When we look at this carbon dioxide and water, these are the byproduct of respiration. These are byproducts of respiration. Because when we look at the chemical equations of respiration is the glucose is broken down to release energy. It is broken by oxygen, which is oxidation. So the products are carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. So these are the byproduct of respiration, but they are utilized by photosynthesis. So when we talk about photosynthesis and respiration cycle, we mean the relationship between the photosynthesis and respiration, including the main purpose for the both processes and where they occur. Photosynthesis and respiration cycles is all about the relationship between the photosynthesis and respiration. This one including the main purposes of both processes and where they occur Photosynthesis is a process by which plants convert carbon dioxide and water into the glucose in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. And this process, photosynthesis, takes place in the chloroplast. Chloroplast of the cell. So that means photosynthesis is taking place in plant cell only. It's not like respiration. Respiration takes place in both animal and plant cells, but photosynthesis taking place in plant cell only, because the plant cell having this structure is chloroplast. This chloroplast, some of them having green color. The one with green color or green pigment, that's containing what? Chlorophyll. And there's also chloroplasts which are colored. So these are the one giving colors for the flowers. So chloroplasts are the structures found in the plant cell only, and this is where the photosynthesis takes place, because it contains chlorophyll, the green pigment. And what's the purpose of? Is to convert the radiant energy of sunlight into the chemical energy that can be used as food by animal. We talk about what is it all about. There is their relationship, that the byproduct of the respiration are the reactants in the photosynthesis. That means they are the one utilized to build up glucose. Then we look at where photosynthesis takes place. It takes place in chloroplasts in a plant cell. So what's the purpose of this process? The purpose is to convert the radiant energy of the sunlight into a chemical energy which is stored in the food. The purpose is to convert the radiant energy of sunlight into a chemical energy. That can be used as food. That can be used as food by animals. How can this chemical energy converted from radiant energy of sunlight is used as food by animals? Because the carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, then they are converted into organic compound like glucose, which is sugar, or protein. Then this energy is stored in that food. The energy is stored in that food in form of chemical energy. Can be stored in the leaves of the plant, in the fruits of the plant, in the roots of the plant, in the stem of the plant. When the animal comes and eat either the food, the leaves or the fruits, so all these energies is stored there. That means the animal is taking in what? The glucose. Then in the presence of oxygen, it will break down the glucose to release energy and liberate carbon dioxide and water. So this is the purpose of photosynthesis, just to convert the radiant energy of sunlight into chemical energy that can be used as a food by animals. Let's come to respiration. Respiration is the opposite to photosynthesis, because for the photosynthesis is building up these small molecules of carbon dioxide to build up the chemical compound or the organic compound, while in respiration is breaking down the chemical compound into carbon dioxide and water to release energy. This is the opposite here. So that means the byproduct of the photosynthesis, they are the reactant in the chemical reactions of respiration. So for example, these are the byproduct. This is the byproduct of photosynthesis. If it is under respiration, it becomes the reactant. That means they become that side, like this one. This is the relationship. Then we look at the purpose and where it occurs. The byproduct products of photosynthesis is the input reactants in respiration, in the respiration process. So in the respiration, the food is here. Then it is broken down by oxygen. This glucose plus oxygen will give us carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. So it is broken down into carbon dioxide and water. Where does respiration take place? It occurs in mitochondria. Mitochondria. So the respiration takes place in both animal and plant cells, because animal and plant cells, they have mitochondria. This is where the respiration takes place. So what's the purpose of cellular respiration? Is to break down the sugar into the purpose of respiration is to break down the sugar to release energy. That means it breaks this food so that to convert the chemical energy into the energy in form of ATP. Converting the chemical energy which is in the sugar into an energy in form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the currency power in the cell. That's why we said in the balanced ecosystem, you'll find that the byproduct of respiration become the main materials or building materials for the sugar. Then the sugar, after being made by the plants, it will be consumed and broken down by the animal. So we can have a sketch of balanced ecosystem in this form. We assume this is our ecosystem. Let us look at the photosynthesis and respiration cycle in ecosystem. Let us assume this the plants. This is the plants. Here we have the grasses down here. Then at the same time we have our animal coming to feed on this plant. Assume this our animal here, coming to feed on these plants here, or this grass. So when the animals feed on the grass, that means it's taking in the glucose. Here the glucose is breaking down of glucose take place here. Let me see here. Breaking down the glucose. Then if the glucose is broken down, the result is carbon dioxide plus water. So the animal start what? Releasing animal release what? Animal release carbon dioxide. Then coming to this plant, the plant uses the carbon dioxide. That means what's taking place here? Conversion of carbon dioxide into glucose. Converting carbon dioxide plus water, that's coming from the ground, into glucose. That means photosynthesis is taking place here. If the photosynthesis place is done, if the glucose is already made, that means the byproduct are oxygen. So you'll find the plant will release oxygen. Then this animal will take in oxygen. This oxygen plus the food in the body of animal, what will happen? The oxidation, that means breakdown of the glucose take place here. That means respiration is taking place. The result is carbon dioxide plus water. So the animal release the carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is used by the plant. If it is absorbed by the plant through the leaves, then it is utilized to make what? The glucose. This is the photosynthesis taking place. Then the products are the carbon dioxide. The products are oxygen. So oxygen is released by the plant. The same oxygen is taken in or used by animal. So this is the cycle of photosynthesis and respiration. So from all these points, now we can outline some of the differences between the photosynthesis and respiration. The similarity between the two, that both of them, they produce energy. Because in photosynthesis, the radiant energy of sunlight is changed into chemical energy. While in respiration, the chemical energy is changed into an energy in form of ATP. So these are the similarities between the two. Both of them, they produce what? Energy. Photosynthesis produce energy that we consume with the animal. So in the process of respiration, we break down that glucose to release the chemical energy and convert it into energy in form of ATP. So what are the differences between these? photosynthesis, and here photosynthesis, here is respiration. Where does it occur? This one occur in the chloroplast. It's occur in chloroplast. This one mitochondria. Reactants. What are the reactants of this? Reactants is carbon dioxide plus water. While in this one, the reactants are the sugar plus oxygen. What are the products from this photosynthesis? The products are sugar plus oxygen, while here the products are carbon dioxide plus water, or the waste product, I mean. The reactions, the type of reactions here. The type of reactions in photosynthesis is reduction. Reduction is the opposite of oxidation. Because the chemical reaction or chemical equation of respiration, you'll find that the glucose is combined with oxygen. So addition of oxygen known as an oxidation. Removal of oxygen known as reduction. Then metabolism. The metabolism, photosynthesis is called anabolic process. While this one catabolic. Process, because this one building up the materials, the smallest or simplest material, to give rise to the complex compound, while this one breaking down the complex material or complex compound into the smallest materials. The time of occurrence. Photosynthesis, it occurs in the presence of sunlight. While respiration all the time is there. All the time. It has no specific time. Thanks a lot for listening. We are done with our lesson of today. We meet next